The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Well, Limestone's a very dangerous football team. When you look and see the points that they've scored and the closeness of the games that they've played and the people that they've played, the quality of the people, we want our kids to know that's a very, very dangerous opponent we've got coming in here Saturday.
You get to face off against a former Eagle assistant and a good friend of Tony Iroli. What's that like? I think it's the first time ever that a former assistant has come back to actually coach against Carson-Newman.
Yeah, it's different. You're all excited about him getting the job, and he wanted to go back and be a head coach again, and he gets the job, and you think, well, there's one day we've got to play each other. That's the part that's not good, where you've got people that coached with you before and those kind of things and coach against them. And he's coached on the offensive side, on the defensive side here at Carson-Newman, so he knows what we do and what we're about very, very well. But we can't worry about that or anything about that. We've got to take care of Carson-Newman, and we tell them every week, and it's not a cliche, it is Carson-Newman versus Carson-Newman. We play well, we get after people, we take care of the football. We're a pretty good football team. If we don't do that, then we're in trouble.
What has this 5-week stretch done for your team with 4 or 5 on the road and pretty much every game against a high-caliber opponent?
I think it's done several things for us, and talked to them about that yesterday at the team meeting, that it's strengthened them inside, I think. It's strengthened them outside. I think they understand now what it is to be together as a football team, what it is to be put in adversity. And Saturday they faced adversity, and they faced it squared up. They jawed up. Nobody flinched. And that was something I was very, very proud of them for. But I also know that, I told them that, hey, we put you in harm's way for 5 weeks. That's a heck of a football schedule for 5 weeks. But now you should be a better football team. You should be know more about yourself. There shouldn't be any question marks. There shouldn't be any problem about trusting each other and know what we have to do to get the job done.
Next 5, you don't leave the state of Tennessee.
Hallelujah.
What's that like, finally being at home?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to experience that. I was just talking to one of the coaches the other day. We were standing outside the bus at a restaurant, and I'm thinking, how many years have I breathed in diesel fuel, off of a bus? So this is going to be a good time for us. We hope getting it started right with Limestone, with Limestone Saturday. But to be able to play here for a while and have a few weeks to get settled in will be, I think, something great for our football team.
Limestone, a lot of good young talent. You've got a Marshall transfer quarterback in DJ Phillips, the reigning SAC freshman of the year at running back, and Jerkoya Patton. What about the pieces that they have to the puzzle on offense?
Well, we were just talking about that this morning in a staff meeting, and gosh, they're very dangerous. They're dangerous at the perimeter with those receivers. They got great moves, and they found many ways to get them open. They do a good job scheming against the defense, and they're one of the football teams like a Catawba. They're going to run that thing downhill on you, and you've got to make sure you fill the gap, that you don't get washed out, and you've got to have gap integrity.
To piggyback off the earlier points, how do you ensure that your team doesn't relax now that they have this stretch of 3 games at home, and there is still that sense of urgency from those first few weeks?
Sure. I think they knew last week. There were 2 football teams that were playing last week. They got their back to the wall. And when you get your back to the wall, I don't know how you can relax. Your back stays to the wall till it's over with. And we've got talked to them about a theme about don't settle. And we can't settle. We've still got many, many ways to go to be a better football team. And we're going to start with that today in practice. We're going to make sure we practice with the right intensity, with the right focus. Because it's one of the great lies in America is that guy's a gamer. Well, that's not. There's no such thing as a gamer. You practice hard, you got a chance to play well. And we expect our kids to respond that way, and they have. I think they understood, that's like we talked about, that's a 5-week period right there that it was tough. and I'd like for us to have been better. But right now, I think we're a better football team for being in some of those situations.
Running back, you're extremely deep at this point in the year. Antonio Wimbush goes down, but Marcus Williams and Sharon Jackson step up. Is this as deep as you've been at running back in the last several seasons?
Yeah, maybe so, Michael. Maybe so. But gosh, we've got some growing to do in that position. We still make some mistakes that put us in harm's way sometimes. But it has not been a lack of going hard. And those kids are really exciting because they're going to go hard and they make things happen. They're the slasher type kids that can get on the corner and go with it also. And look forward to these guys growing up, you know what I mean, and getting another year under them.
If you look at the offense as a whole, bouncing back after the 3-point effort against Newberry with 33, and it seemed like everything was clicking. Do you feel like some of the issues from the Newberry week were corrected this last weekend?
I think so. I think the biggest thing corrected was excitement about playing. And I think the excitement about playing, about thinking you got it made, you know, we got to learn how to handle success. It's, you know, you got to fight hard to get to the part where you have success, and then you got to learn how to handle success. All right? And if you're going to make it in this world, then you got to have success, but you got to have that hunger to have more. You know, the guy that sits in the middle, that's called mediocre, and there's no place for that. And we want these kids to have a great football season. We want them to have a great life. And you can't settle in anything right there. That's in your walk with the Lord. That's your relationship with your wife. That's in your work. So hopefully we've got them to understand what it takes to get that part done. And you ask, well, did you do a whole lot of things differently than you didn't? No, we just executed the offense and played with a whole lot more excitement.
Special teams wise, you got some kinks there. 5 weeks into the season, is there the ability to correct that, or is it now just kind of masking some of those areas and just trying to figure out how to get the job done with what you have?
I don't know that, you know, we've got some good kids there that maybe get a little too nervous, all right? And, you know, there's a thing called age, and I don't have any pills that make them older, you know, those kind of things, any tonics that we could give them. You know, they lack experience, and you've got to build their confidence. And, you know, in that position, everybody can grade that position. But, hey, who wants to walk out there in front of all those people, and there's one thing that you do, and, you know, everybody knows that what you're supposed to do. So we're going to keep encouraging those kids. They're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep counting on them. The football team's going to count on them, because down the road somewhere, that's something that's going to be very, very critical to us.
Look at Limestone defensively, and finally graduates Joshua Simmons, All-American. Their leader in tackles and safety, umpteen interceptions in his career. What can you say about the job that he does on the back end of the Saints defense?
Well, they're a very good defense. I think in the secondary they're very talented. They've got kids that can run. They're good press corners. They keep leverage on your receivers, and we've got to get off of that. I think up front they're going to move them around quite a bit. We know that's going to happen. But I tell you what they do, they play to their defense, which that's a compliment to their coaches and their players as well. I don't think they're going to put them into something that keeps them from being able to play. As coaches, sometimes you want to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you know, kids have to be able to have a base thing in life. All right, they got to have a base defense, a base offense. And Coach Slade and I always talk, when something's going bad, get in the base defense. It's not going right, run the base offense. And I think they fit very well what Tony and those guys are doing down there.
Something that hasn't changed now through 3 coaches in the program is a knack for defensively scoring touchdowns. Limestone scored 18 defensive touchdowns the last 4 years. They're second in the country this season in that regard. Obviously, if you don't turn the ball over, that's a moot point. But how much extra emphasis does that place on ball security?
Well, I don't think you put that on the kids at all. And you know, I know they can watch video, can tell that those people are ball hawkers and those kind of things, and they're going to make plays. You know, this year they've had a interception return for a touchdown. They've blocked a field goal. You know, those kind of things. They're going to play hard now. It doesn't matter what the score is. Those kids are going to play hard, and they're going to keep coming after you. And we got to be prepared for. We told them it's going to be a 60-minute ball game at Catawba. Well, we lied to them. It was 65 or 66 minutes. So, you know, this is going to be a full ball game. Those kids play hard. You know what I like about the way they play? They don't know what the record is. You know what I mean? They're playing that way irregardless. And I'll go back and say it again. You get to wake up on a Saturday and get to play college football, man, the excitement level ought to be out the roof.